What differentiated your work from what was really popular in the 80s?
Well, that's hard to say because there's a lot of, there's fantastic work being made all the time, and every artist has kind of a different voice in their work, and it all comes together as one. And I love everything.
Sure.
I would say that with my work, I think that I was trying to tell a narrative, and that the work was about, I think, transcendence of the self, and self-acceptance, and through self-acceptance, you're able to start to go outward in this journey of kind of acceptance of others. But I think that my work was also very, very conscious. I was trying to share that transcendence with the viewer. I believe very much in the beholder's share. And the beholder's share is that an artwork is completed in the viewer. Mm-hmm. The object is just some kind of transponder or something.
Yeah, the reaction to the stimulation, sure.
And the art's in you. It's about your possibilities, your future. And so maybe my work was starting to have this conversation in a way that people could pick up on.
It's just amazing that you see it that way, because art is totally reactionary. Yeah. It's nothing but an object if it's not.
And it starts through the sensations.
Sure.
And it's so exciting to be connected to your body. But then you can go and stimulate the mind, and there's feeling there too. And to have the dialogue of starting with a really strong physical sensation, and then to go into philosophical areas, and that's really what I find the most kind of pleasing, to unite both.
So after your divorce with Ilona Staller, who was the subject of your Made in Heaven series, you destroyed a lot of that collection. Is that something you regret?
I destroyed a lot of the work because we were involved in a custody dispute for my son Ludwig that we had together. So, I believe in a lot of those works. And so, yes, I'm sad that I destroyed some of the work. But at the time, I felt that I could try to protect my son's environment that he would grow up in. And so I destroyed them. But they're some of my favorite works. I made a painting, Ilona's Asshole. It has a nice dialogue with Courbet's Origins of the World. And Pharrell, I would say that work, I was trying to communicate to people, again, about self-acceptance and embracing yourself. And I was using the body, because I think people, distance themselves through their own body. And instead of embracing who they are.
And that's true. Like, a lot of people want to see everybody else, but you don't want to enjoy or appreciate what it is, who you are as a person.
There's a place for every dialogue.
Sure.
So, the Made in Heaven work, I saw the painting by Masaccio, The Expulsion. And it's where Adam and Eve are being thrown out of the garden. And there's such guilt and shame on their faces, this Masaccio painting. So I wanted to make a body of work that would help remove that kind of guilt and shame. And so the intentions of the work, are very good. So even though it's very direct and kind of some of the images are kind of explicit, there's a place for adults to look at those type of images and to be involved with that dialogue. So I really don't have any regrets on that work,
I think context is everything.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. There was definitely a through line. But it's awesome to see, someone that you love become like your inspiration.
Yeah.
And on a metaphysical level, is what you're saying, There was a much more overarching theme there than just flesh.
Yeah. Well, Ilona had no guilt about her body. She had no shame about her body. And so, she was able to present that very clearly.
When you were selling tickets and memberships to the MoMA in your 20s, did you learn about what you felt like your audience wanted? You feel like that taught you more?
When I was selling memberships, I would come to work and I would wear a bow tie, and I would have another necktie underneath kind of a sponge bow tie, and I would wear maybe a sequin vest. And so I did a little bit as a performance because I enjoyed interacting with people. I think it's a nice thing to feel a commitment to your community. I try to teach my kids that everybody's depending on them to do something, and whatever they really do do well, that other people are depending on them to help them in that area.
That's good. I'll tell my son that too.
Yeah. But what I love about a reflective surface is that it affirms. It's about you. You know, you move, all of a sudden the abstraction on the surface moves.
Who was Jeff Koons more like, Popeye, Michael Jackson, or the Hulk?
I'd have to say Popeye, because Popeye transforms, he eats the spinach, and Art's the spinach.